as I look around week by week, week after week, can't help but notice gets a little bigger every week, one by one pairing at a time, and it's really a revolution that we are that's taking place over here. It's not easy, as this has been spoken about, many times in the past by different speakers who got up. It's a time of night, time of the week, especially a time of the day when it's hard to get out of the house, and where there is somewhat of an element of sacrifice that's going on. And everybody in this room deserves a tremendous yasher koach, a tremendous amount of thanks that go out to make this program the success that it is. I want to speak quickly about a different revolution that I've had the honor of being a part of. It's not the Donald Trump movement. It's not even the Never Trump movement. And it's definitely not the Bernie Sanders movement. But something that I took part in last night, actually, in Passaic, New Jersey, there was a gathering, siyum, a celebration, upon the completion of one volume of the Mishnah Berurah. The Mishnah Berurah is the Chafetz Chaim, who was one of the great sages, one of the great commentators of the previous century, died about 80 or so years ago. He was a prolific author, prolific writer, prolific scholar, and he wrote a book called Mishnah Berurah, which is a commentary on the Shulchan Aruch, on the Code of Jewish Law, one section of it, the laws of daily living. So last night there are 6 volumes in this book, and last night was a celebration in honor of the completion of the first volume of this of the Sefer Mishnah Berurah. Now you'll ask, why are we celebrating? Why are we making a celebration on 1/6 of a Sefer? Don't we normally wait for a siyum to finish the entire tractate or the entire book or the entire the entire Sefer? Why are we doing a siyum? Why are we making a celebration which over 600 people attended from the tri-state area on one volume of a book? So just to give you a little background quickly about this revolution, about a year ago was the siyum, was the completion of the entire Sefer, and they started once again the new cycle. About 100,000 Jews worldwide on 6 continents started once again learning once again the first chelek, the first volume of Mishnah Berurah of Shulchan Aruch. About 30,000 of those took tests monthly on the daily learning of that month's learning. Also on 6 continents. So getting back to our question, why is it that we're making a siyum on one small part, 1/6 of a bigger, complete Sefer, which takes 7 years and change to complete? So one of the ideas that I heard last night from one of the speakers was that a siyum, when we celebrate the completion of a book, of a Sefer, the purpose of the siyum is not retrospective. The main purpose is prospective, introspective, motivation for the future. That's what the siyum is about. Once we've tasted the sweetness of Torah, once we've learned the Torah and we've accomplished a tremendous amount in that which we've learned, then we're motivated, we're inspired to continue and to go further and further. A story was said with a great tzaddik who passed away about 2 years ago in Israel. His name was Reb Zundel Kreuzer. He was not a very well-known figure, especially in the diaspora, but in Jerusalem he was very well-known. I actually was privileged to attend his funeral. There were thousands of people there, literally. And the story that was said about him last night was that one time he went to the doctor and he was diagnosed with a very serious illness. And he was told to come back the following day for further diagnosis and further treatment. And he went home later that day and he told his family that he's going back to the hospital or to the doctor, to the office the next day, and he wants to have a special merit that he should be able to have a speedy recovery. And he asked his family to pull out a tractate from Talmud that he could be able to finish it overnight. And he picked Tractate Baba Basra, which Risholi could tell everybody. Risholi gives the Daf Yomi in the morning. That might be one of the hardest tractates, definitely the longest tractate, pages-wise, in all of Shas, in all of Talmud. And in fact, as I'm sure you figured out, he finished it overnight. And the next morning he made a siyum. And he said that when we make a siyum, what the text that we read when we finish a tractate is, Kashem shazartani l'sayim mesachta zu, just as we've merited to finish this tractate, Kain tazrini l'haschil u'l'sayim sfar macherim. So too we should merit to start and to complete other svarim and other tractates. So he asked the question. It doesn't seem to make any sense. It should be consistent. Either say the same way we have merited to complete, so too we should merit to complete others, or the same way we have merited to start and complete, so too we should merit to start and complete others. But it doesn't say that. It says the same way we have merited to complete this tractate that we're completing now, so too we should merit to start and complete others. And he said that when we start something, the Satan, Satan, the Yetzer Hara, our evil inclination, is not so worried about us. He's not so, he doesn't pull out all the stops when we start something. He says, he's probably not going to finish. It's not going to happen. He's not going to see it. He's not going to see it to the end. But when we finish something, the Yetzer Hara says, this guy's serious. This person is serious. I have to pull out all the stops. I have to go on an all-out offensive to try to get this person to stop. And then, with that all-out offensive, he's going to try to get the person not even to start anything else. So when we finally finish a tractate, when we finally finish something, we need that special siyata d'shmaya. We need that special divine help, that divine intervention, not only to finish the following tractate, the next tractate, but even to start it, because the Yetzer Hara, our evil inclination, is going to work overtime to try to get us not even to start. So from here, what we see is that the idea of a siyum, the idea of finishing something, is not just about the finishing. It's about the idea of that we have the motivation, that we have the ability, that we have the God-given ability to use our abilities to learn more and more and more, and to learn further. These are the thoughts I wanted to share. How it inspired me and motivated me to see literally thousands of people around the world coming together, ba'achdas, in unison, to learn one page every day, and to try to maximize the time that we're given, to come closer, more connected to Hashem, and thank you for listening.